Chapter 27. The treasure trail is found again. The adventure of the days were in Tom's dreams that night. 4 times he dreamt that he had his hands on the riches of the treasure, and 4 times he woke up to find nothing in his fingers. As he lay in the early morning thinking of what happened, it didn't seem real that there was so much money. But as his thoughts thinking over it, he knew what had happened had not been a dream. After all, he snatched a hurried breakfast and went to find Huck. Huck was sitting at the edge of a flatboat, his feet in the water. He looked very sad. Tom concluded to let Huck do the talking. If Huck didn't talk about the treasure, Tom would have known it hadn't been real. "Hello, Huck." "Hello yourself." There was a silence for a minute. "Tom, if we'd have left the blame tools at the dead tree, we'd have gotten the money." "Oh, isn't that awful?" "It isn't a dream, then. Somehow I almost wished it were. Doggone it, if I don't know, Huck." "What isn't a dream?" "Oh, that thing yesterday. I'd half been thinking it was a dream." "Dream? If those stairs hadn't broken down, you'd have seen how much a dream it was. I'd have a dream all night, too, with the Spaniard devil going for me all through 'em. Rot him." "No, not rot him. Find him. Track the money." "Tom, we'll never find Injun Joe. We had one chance for such a pile, and now that chance is lost. I feel mighty shaky if I saw him anyway." "Well, so would I, but I'd like to see him anyway and track him down to his number 2. Number 2, yes, that's it. I've been thinking all about it, but I can't make anything out of it. What do you think it is?" "I don't know. It's too deep. Say, Huck, maybe it's a number of a house." "No, Tom, that isn't it. If it is, it isn't. If there isn't one in this one-horse town." "Well, that's so. Let me think. Here, it's the number of a room in a tavern, you know." "Oh, that's the trick. There are only 2 taverns we can find out quick." "You stay here, Huck, and I'll come back." Tom was off at once, and he had gone half an hour, but in that time he found that one of the taverns had a number 2 rented to a young lawyer, but the other one had a mystery about that number 2. The tavern keeper, a young son, said that room had been kept locked all the time, and he never saw anybody go in or out of it except at night. He hadn't noticed that there was a light on in there before either. "That's what I found, Huck. I guess that's the very number 2 we're after." "I guess it is, Tom. Now, what are you going to do?" "Let me think." Tom thought a very long time. Then he said, "I'll tell you what. The back door to number 2 comes out into a little alley between the tavern and the old brick store. Now, we can get a hold of the door keys you can find, and I'll take all of my aunts. The first dark night we'll go there and try 'em. And mind you, keep a lookout for Injun Joe, because he said he's going to drop into town and spy around once more for a chance to get revenge. If you see him, follow him. If it doesn't go to that number 2, that's not the place." "Lordy, I don't want to follow him all by myself," said Huck. "Why, it's the night, for sure. He might never see you, and if he did, maybe he'll never think anything." "Well, if it's pretty dark, I guess I'll track him. I don't know. I'll try." "You bet I'll follow him if it was dark, Huck. Why, he might have found me out. He couldn't get his revenge and be going right after the money." It's so, Tom. I'll follow him, and I will, by jingoes. Now there's the talk. Don't you get weakened, Huck, and I won't."